Righteous on the beat.
What's up, beautifuls? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kendall B. If you're new here, I'm Kendall. I'm 21 years old, and today I will be letting you guys know about my experience being a babysitter on Care.com. I know you guys see the title and you're like, you got scammed, okay? I thought Care.com was the best. I thought you made so much money. I'm here to let you guys know about the time that I got completely scammed trying to make some extra money on Care.com, and it was a bad time, okay? It put me through a lot. Okay, so to get started off, I started doing Care.com because I needed some extra money. I told you guys before, I needed extra cash. I'm a college student, I'm a teacher, but I also wanted some extra cash, you know, on the side. So I started doing Care.com. Yeah, I had started getting rated as the top babysitter in my city. So I was feeling myself. I got so big-headed and I got so happy with the money I was making on Care.com that I decided to quit my 9-to-5 job that pays me amazing and be my own boss with Care.com. Because basically that's what I was on Care.com. It's like I was my own boss. I could pick my own hours. I picked my own pay rate. So it literally made me feel like I was like a boss babysitter. After deciding that, I typed up my little letter. You know, it was nice staying here. It was a nice opportunity working here. Thank you guys for all that you've done, but I think that it's time for me to go. So yeah, I typed up my letter. I gave it to the job and I put in the 2 weeks notice, okay? I started looking for full-time nannying jobs after I had that little decision. So I started finding jobs that would have me on full shifts, like a 9-to-5 or like an all-day job, 4 days a week, something. I wanted close to 8 hours a day of babysitting or being a nanny or whatever. And I found it. I definitely found it. Many people were hitting me back up, but I found one that specifically was the pay rate I wanted, everything that I wanted. It's like it had everything that I wanted. So I applied and I heard back from this guy in like 20 minutes. He messaged me back and he's like, I think his name was like Jake or Alex. I think it was like Alex or something like that. His name was Alex and he had a picture of his family on his profile. His family looked so beautiful and happy and like a real, you know, family on Care.com. So here I am scrolling through my Care.com messages and I find him. Tom W was his name. There is his reply of telling me that I got the job, but it won't let me see the messages because he deleted his account afterwards. But this is exactly the guy. They had their picture, what type of babysitter they were looking for, how much they were going to pay, all this stuff, when the job started, all this stuff. So I applied and the family got back to me in like 20 minutes. I kid you not, it was so quick. It was like less than an hour of me applying. And when you're applying on Care.com, it was like a couple of days, sometimes a couple of hours, but no, this man messaged me back in like 20 minutes. Okay, so I got super hyped. He messaged me back and he's like, hey Kendall, you seem like you fit this job description. We would like to have you apply again on a separate website. I'm the chosen one. Like, it was like 200 people that applied to this job and I'm the one that got replied to in 20 minutes. He sends me the link to sign up, to apply again. Hey, you'll get an email from us if you get the job. After I put in all the information and applied again, it sent me to something saying, hey, thank you for applying. If you get the job, we will email you. So at that point, I'm like, oh my God, this is getting real. Hours later, on the same day I applied to the second one, he messages me again and says, hey Kendall, we've got your application and you got the job. So I was hyped. I'm quitting my job. Like, I'm telling my family, I am quitting my job right now. Like, I'm about to type this notice up and I'm gonna be done because I just got this other job. I'm not about to work here. I'm out. And then after I got the job, I'm like, okay, this is a done deal. I'm not gonna do that 9 to 5 anymore. I'm gonna be strictly a full-time nanny and work for this family because it was a perfect idea. It was a mom and dad, had 2 little kids, and it had 1 dog. It was 1 dog, but the dog looked so friendly. I'm like, girl, $15 an hour, full-time, I don't care about no dog. I'm about to work there. So I typed up my notice. I took it into work that Monday because this all happened on a Sunday. I took it into work that Monday. I know, I hate to do this, but here's my 2 weeks notice. Really, Kendall? This is very out of nowhere. Why? I have other obligations. I'm moving on to better things. So yeah, and just like that, they were like, okay, whatever, that's what you're gonna do. Go ahead and do it. So it gets closer and closer to the starting day of this job. So the man starts messaging me and he's just telling about his family, sending me a whole about his family. And I'm just sitting here like, Lord, what did I do to deserve this? Like, this is just amazing. Like, what did I do to deserve this? I was asking, like, what did I do to deserve a job like this? I've been talking to God. This is him answering me right here. I just knew it. I've been communicating with the dad, the man. He's like, we live in Alaska. We will be moving there in 2 weeks. We need you, Kendall, to prepare the house for us. We need you to go check on the house after the builders are done to make sure everything's right, the inspection's done. They need to get the car seat. They wanted me to buy utensils for the kitchen. They wanted me to buy food for the house. Like, they sent me a whole list of things that I needed to do. And I was speechless. I'm like, this is a real personal assistant job. Like, okay, you want me to get all this stuff, but where the money at? Who's gonna pay for it? So he says, okay, so I'm gonna send a check, and this check is gonna cover all of these things listed. It's gonna cover your gas, and it's gonna cover your pay for the first week. And I'm getting paid to go buy those things. I'm getting paid to go to the store. I'm getting paid for the gas, for all of that. Like, this was getting paid before it was even dealing with kids. Like, I'm getting paid to set up their house and things like that. So we get this established. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have the house prepared. Now I'm just gonna wait on the check. So we're communicating back and forth, and he's like, okay, Kendall, so I need your information so I can send the check to you. I need your address. He sends the check, right? I was checking my mail every day because, you know, I put in my 2 weeks notice. I just wanted to make sure, you know, I was gonna actually get the check. So I checked the mail one day and I opened it, right? I'm like, thank you, God. I finally got this check. I opened it and, honey, I don't even know what to say. When I opened this check, it said $5,000 to Kendall Brown. Signed, delivered from a company in the top left corner. $5,000 was sent to me. Okay, so when I read this check, I'm like, wow, this is real life. I'm gonna deposit this check tomorrow. We're gonna get this on the road. I'm gonna get this done. I was kind of like, I was more shocked than anything. I didn't second guess anything. I wasn't like, oh, maybe it's fake. I didn't think of any of that. I'm just like, oh, this man has money and he really wants me to get these things done. So when I get the check, he's like, let me know when you receive the check. Let me know when you receive it. I'm like, hey, I got the check. Cool. You buy the things with the money that I sent you. Cover the things that I sent you from the list. Take out your first week of pay, which will be, I think he said $250 or something like that, to go get the things. That was my pay. And send me the rest of the money back. So I'm like, okay, whatever. That's easy. I can do that for you. So my mom calls me. Normal conversation. She knows I was doing this care.com. She knows about the job. But I told her, yeah, and guess what? So I'm just freaked out. And I'm expecting her to say, oh my gosh, girl, it's good. $5,000. It's about to be a good job. But my mom's automatically like, call the company, make sure it's real. Call him and tell him, no, thank you. You're not doing this. This check is too big to deposit. Something may be wrong with this check. I don't trust it. No, this may not be right. You need to make sure this is a real check. I I automatically took defense, and I'm like, I shouldn't have told her nothing. You trying to stop my shine? You don't believe in me. This is real. This is a real check, and that's just that. Like, I was not going for nothing. Days pass and the check bounces. It doesn't work. It's like, no, we cannot deposit this check. This may be potentially fraud. So now my bank account is frozen. Then I started, after the check bounce, I started getting inquisitive with the guy, like asking him all these questions, like, why would you send this check to me? Why do you want me to have all this stuff established if you're in Alaska? Like, why this? Oh no, I'm not doing this until that. I'm not he's like, oh my gosh, why are you not trusting me out of nowhere, Kendall? Don't you want this job? Then things got ugly. I told him I was not hitting him up. I was not replying. I'm not depositing this check, and you're not getting this check sent back. And he constantly kept messaging me days later saying, give me my money. Where is my money? He was texting me multiple messages different times throughout the day. And at that point, it started getting scary. I was living by myself. I was not at home with my family. I was in my apartment. So I would walk in my apartment by myself. I would leave my apartment by myself. And this dude had my address. Remember, all of them applications I filled out for him, he had my address. He had my phone number. He had my full name. So he was basically blackmailing me, constantly messaging me like, give me my money. You better give me my money. And I just blocked them, and I just started like, Lord, please don't let this man come after me. But I'm not sending this check back. This guy does not even live in Alaska. There is no family. This is all fake. No telling how many people he has done this to. But why me? Why? Why? Yeah, I just had to come to a realization that this check is fake. I can't have this job. There is no family in Alaska. And now I don't have a job. Remember, I put in the 2 weeks notice. And now this job is fake for Care.com. So what am I going to do? So I had to go to my boss. I didn't explain this situation, but I basically, you know, asked for my job back, and I was granted my job back, thankfully. I just want to share this story because I know there are some babysitters out there on Care.com, and you do trust these families. You do trust what you see these families post of what they're looking for, but honestly, you never know what's real. You never know what's fake on social media, on these sites, because people are crazy in this world, okay? People are really crazy. People will scam you. People will trick you. People will fool you. Really got to be careful when you're trusting these families, giving them information, and risking it all for them, because half the time you never really know. These people might not be who they are. So that was my story of how I got scammed on Care.com. I see that you guys did enjoy the video about how I started being, you know, the best babysitter in my city. But I did want to give you guys the, you know, the cons of it, because it's not all, oh, I'm making money, it's perfect. There is, you know, ifs and what ifs and maybes in this situation, because this is behind the computer screen. You're applying to families behind a computer screen. And you know, there's fake accounts, there's liars, there's scammers. So please be careful if you're a Care.com babysitter. I wish you guys the best of luck with your journey. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, beautiful.